Good to see you. What exactly entails the law of attraction? So the law of attraction should actually be called the law of vibration. This is a good talk for those of you who don't know this. Here's how it actually works that most metaphysical teachers don't teach. So you have a brain. Within your brain are brain cells. Within those brain cells are electrons. Hi, good looking. Within your brain are brain cells. When you think a thought, it causes brain cells to begin vibrating. So, and those electrons within your brain cells go out and land on people who are in resonance with it, and they bring to you what it is that you want. The reason that most people's manifestations don't work is they don't focus on something and feel the feelings of it long enough for that amplitude of those brain cells to become strong enough so that that vibration that they're putting forth when it lands on people, it'll actually affect them. What most people are doing is they think one thought, oh, it would be so nice if I have a new car. And then they'll think, oh, it would be so nice if I had a sandwich. It would be so nice if this. And they're just scattering themselves all over the place. Or they'll start to put forth some good thought. It would be so good to have, an extra $10,000 a month. And then 5 minutes later, they'll say, yeah, but that can never happen. It's not real. So what I want you to do is get into the feeling tone of what it is you want. Spend at least a minute every day feeling the feeling of the end result. And that causes your vibration to become strong enough so that when it goes out and lands on people, it will affect them and they'll bring to you what it is you want. Also, it takes on average 34 seconds for an idea to go from the conscious portion of your mind into your subconscious. And once it's in your subconscious, it manifests in your body and in your life. Your subconscious controls your beliefs, your habits, and your bodily functions. So you want to impress on it ideas of a positive nature, and you want to focus on an idea for at least 34 seconds so that those ideas get in there. You said manifesting is not wishful thinking. Can you talk about that a little bit? Yeah. So manifesting is feeling the end result of what it is you want. So it actually has a purpose. Whereas wishful thinking, it's a dissipation of energy. So you're thinking, oh, it would be so nice if such and such happened, if I got a promotion, or man, it would be so cool if instead of my life I had $10 million and I was laying on a beach somewhere. But it's not the feeling tone of what it is you want. When you're manifesting, you're putting forth a specific vibration to attract what it is you want. When you're daydreaming or wishful thinking, you're putting forth the opposite. You're focusing on the lack in your own life and putting forth a lack vibration from there. And as a result, you're just creating more lack for yourself and you're just burning up mental energy that could, if used constructively, could actually create for you what it is you want. So forget wishful thinking. What I would recommend doing is writing out or creating in your mind a series of images for your finances, for your career, for your relationships, for your health, and for what else? Yeah, for your recreation, and focus on that. Feel the end result of what it is you want. See those every day and impress those ideas on your subconscious, and you'll be putting out a vibration and you'll attract to yourself people, places, situations, and circumstances in accordance with what it is you're putting forth. I'm manifesting an income of $100,000 a month by June 1st. I'm excited to see this come to fruition. Oh, awesome. Hi, hey, Farah. Good to see you. You got this. Do it. Just see the end result. Feel it every day. And then I'm sure you have some action plan to make this a reality. And you can do this. I have at least three of my friends who are doing more than that. In fact, one of my friends, if he was only doing $100,000 a month, he would kill himself. And so it's totally real. I know a number of people that are doing that right now. So you can easily become one of them. And I'm happy to help support you in it as you hit your financial goals. To the universe, it doesn't matter if you're trying to manifest $100,000 a month or $1 million a month. It's the same thing. It's all about you getting into the end result of what it is you want, feeling the feeling tone of the end result. That impresses that on your subconscious, which controls your habits and your beliefs and your bodily functions. So you're essentially automating yourself for success. Opinion on manifesting a commitment with someone. Excuse me, let me repeat that. Opinion on manifesting a commitment with someone. I think it's fantastic. Are you working on a specific person, or are you just seeking to manifest a relationship? Let me know and I'll answer that question. What advice do you have for when you don't know exactly what you want? I have actually a few exercises you can do. So first, you can just make a list of everything that you don't want in your life right now. So grab a pen and paper, draw a line down the middle, and on the left side, write all of the things that you don't want. So for instance, let's say you have a girlfriend who's always late. You say, oh, my girl's always late. and you have a messy room. My room is messy and you're overweight. I'm overweight. And then on the opposite side, you would list its positive opposite. So your girl's always on time, your room is clean, your body is healthy and fit. And so by getting clear on what you don't want, it allows you to get clear on what you do want. That's one. Two, ask yourself, or two, I would say actually, give me 1 second. I was going to give you a specific affirmation from Joseph Murphy, but he's the author of The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, but I'm going to put that on hold for a second. I feel that most people know what they want, but it's limiting beliefs and it's fear that's actually holding them back from going for what they want. Imagine that God gave you a magic wand. You could be, do, or have whatever it is that you like. I would grab a pen and paper and write out for 10 minutes nonstop everything exactly how I would like my life to be. If I had a magic wand, nothing was off limits. I had unlimited power, unlimited money. Write it out. And by the end of that 10 minutes, you'll have a good idea of what it is you want. That's one. Another thing that you could do is write out goals. Write out goals for your 1 year, 5 year, 1 month goals for the specific areas of your life. And you'll start to get some clarity, especially if you do all 3 exercises. By the end of it, you'll have a clear idea of what it is you want. I also have on YouTube an exercise. If you type in Tony Namey, that's just my first and last name, what do you want? It's a recording where I go, what do you want? And then you just answer it. And then 10 seconds later, I go, what do you want? And you answer it. And I go, what do you want? And you answer it. And it just keeps chopping away at your levels of confusion because you have to answer right away without thinking. And by the end of the 3 or 4 minutes of you answering over and over again what it is you want, you'll be crystal clear on it. I got that exercise from Jack Canfield, the author of the Chicken Soup for the Soul books. And it's a great exercise to help you get clarity on what it is you want. Most people, or a lot of people, they do know what they want, but they're either afraid of the criticism of other people or they're afraid of the fear of failure. First, if you're afraid of the criticism of other people, just realize that most people are afraid of your criticism of them. They're walking around either thinking about themselves and what's going on in their own life, or if they think about you, they're worried about what you're thinking about them. So get rid of the fear of criticism. Second, the fear of failure. Recognize you only fail if you give up, or if you don't begin obviously if you don't begin at all, you can't fail. So it at least starts to take some steps. You don't have to know the whole end result or how to get there. Just take baby steps towards what it is you want. Let me know if that helps. Oh, wow. I'm emitting powerful bleed. Oh, thank you, Farah. How can we manifest our health back? I have a number of ways that you can manifest that. Do I script daily? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I have something that I wrote out. I called it My New Story, and I wrote it out. Actually, it's a really good process that I recommend for everybody, especially if you want to manifest money. You take yourself to a wealthy area. For example, if you're in New York, you go to Manhattan. If you're in Los Angeles, you go to Beverly Hills. And you go to obviously all of it's wealthy, but take yourself somewhere really nice there and write out your new story of how you'd like your life to look, how you'd like yourself to look, what you're doing. And then every day when you read your story to yourself, get back into that feeling tone of wealth that you were feeling when you were in that rich neighborhood. And what you're doing is you're essentially bringing that vibration to your current reality. And as you start to tap more and more into that energy, it's going to shift things. This is spiritual alchemy. For an alchemist to turn lead into gold, he needed a small piece of gold, and he would use the vibration of that to transmute his lead into gold. And like fashion, you're going to take the vibration of that place, Beverly Hills or wherever it is, and you're going to use it every day to transmute what's taking place in your life, your lead, so to speak, into gold. It's a real powerful process and can change things for you really fast. Because one, you're getting into that vibration every day, and two, as you get into that feeling tone, you're also impressing these positive ideas that you wrote for yourself on your subconscious. And your subconscious is the ultimate supercomputer. It's all-knowing, all-powerful, everywhere present. So it knows how to make your new story a reality for you. And it doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's false. So if you start showing it this reality of you being this huge success, for instance, Farah, of you earning over $100,000 a month, it's going to say, oh, this is my reality now. And it will go to work to make it a reality for you. You can so radically change your life in 1 year, in 2021, that by the end of this year, you'll scarcely recognize who you are and what's taking place in your life. And I'm just looking at the questions that came through. How can we manifest our health back? So first, everything starts with an idea. It starts with an image, actually. An image is something that you see in your mind. It's a collection of ideas that you put together to form this image that you see. So what I would recommend first is I would actually write out my health, or actually my health or my ideal body, however you'd like to phrase it. That sounds best to you. And I would list out how you like yourself to be. You're healthy, you're strong, you're fit. If you have a specific health problem, let's say your heart is imbalanced, you'll say my heart is totally healthy. I have perfect cardiovascular health. My circulatory system is functioning perfectly. List it out. And then every day visualize and see and feel the end result, which is you having this healthy body. And see it and feel it. Because remember, your subconscious controls your bodily functions. So you want to impress upon it ideas of health. That's one. You start with the image. Then give yourself the following affirmation to further reinforce this idea. Tell yourself, I am getting strong and well. Or I am well, strong, and full of courage. Or I am getting strong and well. And another one would be every day in every way, I am getting healthier and healthier. Every day in every way, I'm getting healthier and healthier. Your subconscious, being infinitely intelligent, knows how to make you healthier and healthier every day and in every way. So you have to start with the image, the thought, then we go to the thing. So we're going from the spiritual to the mental to the physical. So we're going to go to the thing now, which is there anything you can adjust in your physical reality? Are there certain foods that you need to omit? Are there certain foods you need to bring in, such as more greens and more fruits? Is there things that you need to change in terms of your exercise? Do you need to drink more water? So then you would make the actual physical changes. But start with the image first, because your subconscious controls your bodily functions and it knows who to connect you with. For example, I cut out a picture once it was from the cover of Men's Health magazine. It was this big bodybuilder. I wanted to put on muscle. And I affixed my face over it. And every day I would look at the picture and I would visualize it as if that was me now. I was this big muscular bodybuilder. So maybe within 24 hours of doing that, my workout partner tells me, he goes, hey, Tony, I'm tired of being skinny. He goes, I want to get really big. Do you want to change our workout routine and get muscular? And I said, yeah, let's do it. So some people will say, oh, that's just a coincidence. But to me, that's correlation. I created this new idea in my mind. I started vibrating it out. It started affecting him. That's one. Then the next day, I run into one of my friends who's a personal trainer. He tells me, hey, Tony, what are you working on? And I told him, I said, oh, I'm working on my physical health. I want to get muscular. So he goes, oh, that's great. And he comes up with this awesome diet and workout plan for me. And I ended up gaining in such a short time so much muscle that people thought I was on steroids at one point. So I started with the image in my mind of me having this fit body, and I would see it and feel it every day just for a minute or two. And then that got impressed on my subconscious, and then my subconscious started connecting me with the right resources, such as my friend changing our workout program and then the personal trainer, and then everything changed, and then I had that body that I wanted. So again, start with you imaging yourself as totally well. Affirm that you're getting strong and well, and every day and every way you're getting healthier and healthier. And then third, take whatever actions you need to take to make that a reality. But start with the image first. Yes, I script multiple times a day and do self-hypnosis once a day. Self-hypnosis is hugely important. You want to auto-suggest. Auto-suggest means you're just suggesting from your conscious mind into your subconscious ideas of a constructive nature. Most people don't know how to take control of their brain. You have one of the most amazing mechanisms that can change your life and the lives of everyone around you. So I'm a huge fan of self-hypnosis because self-hypnosis is essentially you're relaxing your conscious mind and you're putting ideas into your subconscious, which will go to work and manifest them for you. Over 90% of what you do is subconscious. You go to work the same way every day. You put your pants on the same way every day. You brush your teeth the same way every day. So you want to impress it with ideas of a positive nature so that it will go to work and make it a reality for you. Yes, a specific person. So what I would do is I would write out my relationship with so-and-so. I'm also recording a podcast right now. So for those listening to the podcast, this is somebody who wants to manifest a specific person. So I would write out my relationship with so-and-so and list the qualities. It's loving, it's kind, it's joyful, it's uplifting, whatever it is. And I would see the end result and feel it, because feeling is the secret, so that thought vibration is strong enough to reach that person. So I would feel it every day, the end result of what it is I want for at least a minute or two. And one of two things are going to happen. Either one, you're putting out an energy and that person's going to respond and you two are going to get together. Or two, the person's not going to respond, but you'll be putting out an energy that's positive and loving, and you're going to attract somebody who matches up with your list and matches up with what you want. So either way, it's a win-win for you. So I recommend doing that exercise. Excuse me, I was sitting Indian style and then I started getting uncomfortable. Yes, commitment with a specific person. Okay, cool. It looks like I answered. Oh, so Farrah can attest to this. They changed how TikTok Live is done now. So all the comments don't come in at once as they used to before for the person who's live, such as me. So it's very strange. So suddenly this influx of comments comes in all at once. So you said you want your opinion on something. Feel free to ask anything you like. And for those of you on this, ask whatever you like. There's nothing that's off limits. I'm an open book that anyone can read. Sounds horrible. But ask whatever you like. I'll share with you everything that I know. Okay, yes, commitment with a specific person. Okay, so I answered that. You definitely had a triple shot with soy milk. I don't drink soy because it can affect your testosterone, and I have super high testosterone levels, and I'm just like this. Whenever I start speaking about things that I'm animated that I'm passionate about, I become really animated. What are you in the waist, bro? At 34? I bet you're at 36. What kind of questions are these? I'm not going to answer that. It feels empty. How do you stay comfortable with yourself? It feels boring. I love myself. I treat myself the way I would treat my best friend. I take myself out to places that are fun. I take myself out to nice places, nice dinners, nice lunches. Right now it's nighttime, so I'm wearing, a Star Wars shirt, but I dress nice. So I plan fun things for me to do. If people want to join me, great. If they don't, I enjoy my own company. My self-talk is really positive. And so I always have fun wherever I am, whether there's anybody there or not. I do work that I enjoy. I do exercise that I enjoy. My life is one of joy. So essentially follow your bliss. Start doing stuff that you enjoy, stuff that you've wanted to do, and you'll end up being really comfortable with yourself and falling in love with yourself and having a lot of fun. All my muscular and whatnot. I'm not sure what you mean. I want your opinion on something. Ask whatever you like. Keep positive vibes all the time. I agree with that. Positive vibes are much healthier than negative vibes. Always focus on the positive. Assume things that are going to go good. There's Murphy's Law that says anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Forget Murphy. Use Tony's Law. Everything that can go right will go right. All right. Hey, our subconscious wants to prove us right. Absolutely. Your subconscious always wants to prove you right. It's taking the images, the ideas that you're feeding it, and that's what's creating your life. So feed it ideas of a constructive nature. You can, one, do it through repetition, just telling yourself over and over again, I'm the best, I'm the greatest, I'm a millionaire. That's one way. It's as if, here's the conscious barrier between your conscious mind and subconscious. And that's just as if you have a hammer and you're just jamming your idea in until it gets into your subconscious. Or you can just relax your body. You can relax your mind by counting down from 20 to 1. And this will start to open up your subconscious, and then just tell it what it is you want it to do. Subconscious, make me healthier. Subconscious, make me improve my life. Make me stronger. Make me whatever it is. And tell it, get to work on this now. You're the originator of thought. Imagine you're the king or queen of your mind, and your subconscious is the servant. It'll do anything you want. Your job is just to direct it towards what it is you want it to do. Are you earning over $100,000 a month? I am not yet, but I will. I assure you I will get there. I need to step it up. I'm doing good, but my friends are, they say you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So I feel like I'm not even the average. Some of my friends are super high earners. So I need to really step it up. Manifesting, I answered that one. I'm constantly seeing 1111 or 111. Do you know what this means? I do not. So some people say it's angel numbers. Some people say it's just because it's a pattern you've told your brain to look out for. So I have no idea. Because somebody once said to me, if I had a wall filled with all these numbers, like 1, 9, 8, 7, just all random numbers, and somewhere along the wall were the numbers 111, your brain would right away recognize that as it's a pattern. So it could be that, or it could mean something. They believe, people who are into angel numbers believe that That means that what you're thinking about is going to manifest. So focus on good thoughts. So, take whichever one works best for you. Manifesting is very difficult for me, even though I'm the most happy, optimistic person I know. So if that's the case, that means what I would want you to do is get clear on just maybe 1 to 3 things that you really want to manifest. And I would recommend that you spend some time, a minute or 2 on each item, seeing it and then feeling the end result for at least a minute or 2. So this idea of what it is, what you want goes into your subconscious and manifests in your life. You might just not be spending long enough focusing on specifically what it is you want. So you're attracting good things to you by default because you're a positive person, but there might be specific things that you want. So get into the end result. I would do, by the way, for you, on my TikTok page, I have an exercise where I recommend manifesting a blue feather. It's from Richard Bach's excellent book, Illusions. And all you do is you imagine you have a blue feather in your hand, and you see it and you feel as if you have it, and then you see how long it takes for a blue feather to come into your awareness. So start with something small and easy like that, and then you could do the $100 exercise that I recommended the other day, where you imagine that you have a crisp $100 in your hand and you see it and feel the end result of having manifested it. And then from there, just build up to whatever it is that you want from there. Everything you say helps. Oh, thank you. All right, I appreciate that. Okay, cool. Let me see if anything came in as I was talking. If not, I will give you all a talk for some time. So, and by the way, if you don't follow me, please do. I usually do a video a day on this type of content. I want to see you grow. I want to see you succeed. I want to see you live your actual best life. So I put up stuff that I believe is the meat and potatoes of metaphysics. This is crazy that you suggested the blue feather. That is the only thing I manifested. Wow. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, cool. All right. So I'm glad you did that exercise. So if you can do that exercise, you can manifest anything else that you want. It's all about seeing it and feeling it and getting into the feeling tone of the end result. Your job is to decide the what. It's the universe's job to decide the how. Where are you from? Chicago? I am from Michigan originally, and then I live in Carlsbad now. It's a place north of San Diego. I did the feather thing and it took like 2 weeks. I had already forgotten about it. If that's the case, so if it takes a long time, then I would recommend every day feeling the feelings of the end result of you having whatever it is you want, instead of just doing it once and then waiting for it to occur. Let me know if that makes sense. So it's as if you're just building up the energy by doing it every day, every day, every day, every day. I don't know if I want my SP because I want to be with them or because my ego is hurt. Well, how do you feel when you're around your... What does SP mean, by the way? I feel like I should know what that abbreviation is. Let me know how you feel when you're around that person. Or excuse me, rather, how do you feel after you leave that person? Do you feel uplifted and energized, or do you feel depleted? Because that's an easy way for you to know if that person is a good fit for you. Oh, specific person. Okay. So I don't know if I want my SP because I want to be with them or my ego is hurt. Also, when you're in a really good mood, do you go towards your specific person or do you stay away from that person? Because if you only go when you're in a really negative state, then it could be just an ego thing. So, let me know about that. And then what are you all seeking to manifest right now? So Farah had... You're right. Cool. Thank you. Farah had mentioned money. By the way, I recommended a good exercise earlier today. It's on my most recent video on manifesting money. It's from Esther Hicks. It's called The Wallet Game. I put the money away already. Otherwise, I'd grab it. But basically, you get $100 and you keep it in your pocket. And as you walk around throughout the day, just notice things that you could purchase with your money. For instance, if you walk by a clothing store, you say, oh, I could buy that shirt. And if you walk by a restaurant, you say, oh, I can go in there and buy a meal. And what you're doing is every day, as you walk through your day, seeing things that you could buy, you're activating that feeling tone of abundance over and over and over and over again. And you're essentially adjusting your vibration from one of lack to one of overflowing abundance, and money's going to pour through you. I used to be able to manifest, but lately I'm having a hard time. I can't seem to stay positive. So if that's the case, so you used to be really good at manifesting, lately you can't manifest because you see... I butchered what you wrote. So you used to be really good at manifesting, but you're having a hard time and you can't seem to stay positive. So this is what I would do. Instead of trying to manifest from your awake conscious state through willpower, what I would do is I would do what I recommended earlier. I would lay down in bed. I would take a few deep breaths so that my body relaxes. And then I would relax my body, going through relaxing all the muscles so my body's totally relaxed. And then I would count down from 20 to 1 or 30 to 1 and relaxing rhythmic voice 20, 19, 18. That way your mind will start to become more and more relaxed. And then by the time you get to 1, your mind will be relaxed and the trap door to your subconscious will be open essentially, or will be beginning to open. And then from there, show yourself the feelings of the end result of what it is you want. And that way it's an easy way to impress upon your subconscious those ideas instead of trying to force them when you're awake. Also, you said you can't seem to stay positive. What I would do in addition to that is I would show yourself images of you smiling totally big, looking bright like the sun, and bring that image closer and closer, and then step into it so that you're seeing and feeling that in the first person, and then tell yourself, this is me now. And then every day, keep showing yourself that image, telling yourself, this is me now, this is me now, and then affirm that as you go through your day. I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, every day and every way I'm getting better and better. And then that way your subconscious is going to say, this is me now. And when those negative thoughts start to come up, you'll start to automatically replace them with something. And this will start to shift you until positivity is your default state of being again. I would just use one affirmation and just repeat it over and over and over again. Let that be something that you have in your pocket that you can just go to if you start to feel negative at any time. And then also every day I would start to listen to some type of affirmations or let that play in the background as you go about your work and you go about your day so that you're constantly being bombarded with good messages about how great you are. Also, I would read at least 5 minutes or 10 minutes a day, items of an inspirational nature, things that uplift you. The reason being, this is a good tip for all of you. What this is going to do is when you read things that are of an inspirational nature, you're creating new brain cells of a positive type. You're literally changing your physiology while you're changing your mental state. So spend 5 or 10 minutes reprogramming yourself, reading things that uplift you. And as a result, it'll start to have all of this, the imaging plus affirmation will have a large cumulative effect and your personality will start to change. One more thing I'd recommend is state control. State control comes from the work of Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins is the awesome motivational speaker. And there's 3 items that control your state. There's your physiology, what you do with your body. There's your focus, what you focus on. And there's your language, how you speak to yourself, both in terms of the words you use and the tonality and volume of your voice. So for instance, if I was to ask you to describe a depressed person, how would that person look? Would they be standing tall or would they be hunched over? More than likely, that person would be hunched over. And how would that person be breathing? Would they be breathing deep throughout their body, or would their breathing be shallow? Of course, they would be breathing shallow. They'd be hunched over, breathing shallow. So the first thing you need to do is adjust your physiology. Stick your chest out, look up, and smile. Smile lets you know, hey, everything is okay. I'm good. I'm not in any danger. There was a study done at UCLA where they took a group of people who all suffered from chronic depression, and all they had them do was look at themselves in the mirror for 20 minutes a day, stand big, and smile at themselves. And at the end of, I believe it was 2 weeks, it was a week and a half to 2 weeks, all they did was look at themselves and smile in the mirror for 20 minutes. And at the end of the 2 weeks, they went and surveyed all 20 of the people, and all of the participants, and all of the participants said that they no longer suffered from depression. So it was just a simple physiology shift that caused their brain to create new chemicals, and it had a shift on their mental state. That, by the way, is called the James Lange theory. What you do with your body affects your mind. Second is focus. What are you focused on? For you to feel negative, you have to be focused on something negative. Typically, you're in a state of fear, which is predicting the future in a negative manner. So don't do that. Take your mind off what's not working and focus on what's working. Go to gratitude. Or if you can't jump from negativity to positivity, go to neutrality. Take your mind off whatever it is. Go do something else. Go for a walk in nature. And then at least you'll go from neutral. Then from neutral, you can start to feel grateful for whatever's going good in your life, or you can start taking some positive action on things you want to do, and then you'll start to feel better. So there's physiology, focus, and lastly, language. How are you speaking to yourself? What tone of voice are you using? If someone's depressed, usually they talk real low and they don't feel good, and they say horrible things to themselves. I would start swearing, but I don't want to swear right now. But if you feel happy, how do you talk? You talk usually really animated, or you can talk in a really authoritative voice, like, I'm happy, I'm strong, I feel good. But usually you talk really happy, so pick up the tempo, pick up the volume, and be aware of the verbiage that you're using. What words are coming out of your mouth when you're in a depressed state versus a happy one, and you'll start to become more conscious of those habits that are keeping you depressed and those habits that are keeping you healthy. Another thing that I don't see anybody doing, but it can tremendously impact your life, especially if you're depressed, is keeping track of your rhythms. Dr. Thurman Fleet, who's one of my favorite spiritual teachers, he said a time will come in the future where people will keep track of their rhythms the same way they keep track of the stock market. So what I mean by this is you can have a journal, or you can use just a pen and paper. And let's say Monday, or let's say today, Wednesday, you were happy for 5 hours. So you're happy for 5 hours, you were unhappy for the remaining portion of the day. The next day, strive to be happy for 6 hours. And then you can be miserable the rest of the day, but at least you made some progress. And then the next day, strive to be happy for 7 hours or 6 hours and 30 minutes. And what's going to happen is you're going to keep getting happier and happier and happier and happier, because you're going to want to see how happy you can make yourself and how quick or how little you can stay in negativity. And then as you start to track it, you'll see that the amount you're spending in positivity gets bigger and bigger, and the amount you're spending in negativity becomes less and less, because you're now becoming conscious of how you're thinking and how you're behaving. And so you're taking a conscious approach to that which heretofore had been unconscious. So let me know if that helps, those ideas help. If you do all those things, you'll have an immediate impact in your consciousness and your life. Yoga Nidra, let me know what that is. I'm not sure. Carlsbad is a beautiful place with a very temperate climate. Yeah, I love Carlsbad. Where I live is really upscale. Every day is just a good day over here. I've lived in some ghetto neighborhoods. I've worked in some dangerous areas. For me to have ended up here, every day is a Saturday. So, okay, Xanax works better. Give me 1 second. So all these items just streamed in. What's up, Todd? Good to see you on here, my friend. Okay, so let me see. Okay, about 30 comments just came in, so let me just catch up to them, and then I will. Yeah, all life is rhythm, so that makes sense. Absolutely. So everybody knows the law of attraction, but there's other universal laws. There's the law of rhythm, the law of perpetual transmutation of radiant energy. There is the law of gender. There is the law of gender, by the way, it has to do with the masculine and feminine components of life. You have your male originative element, which is your conscious mind. You have your female receptive element, which is your subconscious. And it's all about how to take your masculine portion and then impress it on the feminine portion, which is your subconscious. And from there, you get a creation. I don't know why I just explained that. I didn't want people to think it had to do with sex, but it's something higher than that. So the law of rhythm. The law of rhythm basically states that there's a high and a low for everything. There's times where things go great. There's times where things aren't so great. So there's a rhythm to all of life. Now, what does this have to do with you? When you're in a high rhythm, one, it's a great time for you to take action on your ideas, for you to try to make things happen, because things are flowing for you. Also, when you're in a high idea, first feel gratitude for the good that's taking place in your life so that you go higher in the scale. And also ask yourself, how does it get better than this? What good thing is around the corner next? Or what good thing is going to happen to me? And as you anticipate more good, your rhythm will become even higher, and you'll stay in that high rhythm longer. Then when the low rhythm occurs, people think, oh, it's suddenly something changed. Their luck just ran out. No, there's a purpose for it. It's for you to grow and evolve so that you actually can become better, and your high rhythm will be higher. So when you're in the low rhythm, ask yourself, what do I need to change? Where do I need to grow? What am I not seeing right now that if I saw it would improve my life? And you can also tell yourself, I'm in a low rhythm now, but soon I'll be back in a high rhythm. I'll be feeling great. I'll be looking good. And as you put forth that positive energy, you're going to start to move yourself. Actually, it's called the Law of Polarity. There's low, high, short, tall. As you start to anticipate the high rhythm, you'll start moving yourself along the polarity from low to high, and you'll go back into the high rhythm faster. So you'll spend more time in the high rhythm and less time in the low rhythm. And it's a great secret to life. It's a way for you to essentially almost stay in a good mood pretty much, the majority of the day, or days, I would say. Microdosing. Yes, I would love to talk about that, but every time I do, TikTok kicks me off, so I can't. Otherwise, I would go into a 1-hour talk just about that. Track your rhythm, so good, thank you. Deep-rooted depression, don't have the ability to get out of it. Let me know if you just heard me talk about how to get out of depression, so that I don't want to repeat the same thing for the people who just heard it. So true, thank you. The cognitive ability isn't there for the steps to be taken. So if you're at the point where you can't pull yourself out of the depression because it's too heavy, at that point, I would definitely go seek medical help. Go see a hypnotherapist or some type of therapist. Just as you see somebody such as a personal trainer to get you physically in shape, go see somebody who's an expert on the mind, or get yourself a coach, a life coach, and have them help you to take the steps and keep you accountable so that you get the results that you deserve. Don't remain in depression. Take at least that small action. Call somebody, hire them so that they can help you get your, essentially uplift you. Hold on, that sentence is horrible. Call them so that they can help you get uplifted. Triple G trains in Big Bear. That's where I train now too. Awesome. I'm a huge fan of Triple G's. I love him. He's one of my favorite boxers. I believe he should be undefeated. He beat Canelo twice. So that's awesome that you get to train there. Acid helped me. I love LSD. I think it's amazing. But I don't want to get banned again from TikTok for talking about that. Thank you. I'm going to try this out. Awesome. Well, you can tell by the way I walk, I'm a woman's man. That's awesome. YouTube, it's guided meditation. Hey, Tony. What's up, Todd? Tips for procrastinating long-term projects. Yes. So you have a long-term project that you want to get done sooner. So one, you could either start to show yourself every day the end result and feel it as if it's taking place now. For instance, you getting an A on a test or whatever it is, see it and feel it. And as you keep showing yourself that, your desire to do it is going to build. For instance, let's say you're in bed and you're just a little bit hungry and you show in your mind a pizza. And at first you'll be like, I'm not going to get out of bed to go eat this pizza. And you show it to yourself again and you make the pizza warm and you see the cheese melting and you see the pepperoni crackling. Your desire for it will start to build. And after a little bit, if you keep showing yourself this image, you'll want to take action on it. The same thing is true for long-term projects. Start to show yourself the end result and build up your desire so that you'll want to take action on it. That's one. Two, take that which is long-term and just chunk it down into smaller items, daily and weekly items, so that instead of it being this huge, overwhelming thing, it becomes super easy for you to do. And then lastly, sometimes you just got to make yourself do it. Just say, hey, at this time to this time, I'm going to do whatever it is. And just get on it. And then once you start it and you get in the flow, typically it's easy to complete. So let me know if that helps. I'm not sure what you mean by that. What listening to disco music? Kranger, you are asking the weirdest stuff. I don't like to read, but that's why I watch your TikToks over and over again. Awesome. I'm glad I'm of help. I'm of help. I have my TikToks. I have my YouTube channel as well, where I give longer discussions about what it is I speak on. And then there's my podcast as well. Is it okay to sleep at work? What I used to do is, I know you're being silly, but what I used to do is I used to work 10 to 12 hour days every day. I did this for about 2 years, 10 to 12 hours every single day. So what I would do is I would go during my lunch breaks and I would go meditate for 20 minutes. And then that would recharge me and I would impress all these positive ideas in my mind while I was in a deep meditative state. And then I would get amazing sales results. You said if yoga nidra is not just for sleeping, it's to quiet the mind and body. I love California. I got to bring in 2020 with a leadership program in La Jolla and San Diego. Oh, that's awesome. Did you do the Tony Robbins leadership program? They have it in San Diego, I believe, at the end of every year. So I had thought about doing it a number of times, and I just didn't think about it this year. Tips for sleeping. Yes. One, have all the lights off so that it's super dark. That helps. Two, if your mind is wide awake, don't try to sleep right then. Go do something else, such as reading a book for an hour. Three, every night before you go to sleep, program yourself for success, whether it's in sleeping or anything else. Relax your body, then relax your mind by counting down from 20 to 1. And then tell yourself, every day, and for you, if you're having a hard time sleeping at night, tell yourself, every day in every way, my sleep patterns are getting better and better. My sleep habits are getting better and better. I will have healthy, productive sleep. I will sleep peacefully throughout the night, and I will wake up feeling great. Program yourself for success, whether it's in sleeping or anything else. If Farrah is still on here, Farrah, tell yourself before you go to sleep at night, I am now earning over $100,000 a month. I am a millionaire. This feels good it is right and natural for me to be a millionaire. Subconscious mind, get to work on this now. And what's going to happen is your subconscious is going to take these ideas that you've just given it, and it's going to work on them for the next 8 to 10 hours, and it's going to transform your waking life into something that's super amazing. Also, you can sleep in the end result of what it is you want. For instance, for you, you could see yourself, just imagine yourself sleeping like a baby, and you can go to sleep in that feeling tone, and you'll start to sleep better from here on out. And for Farrah, you can sleep in the end result of you having this lavish, luxurious lifestyle, and see it and feel it, and give that image to your subconscious so that it works on that for the next 8 to 10 hours. Also, what's your name? Well, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but you could also use Emil Coué's method for sleep control. Emil Coué is the author of Self-Mastery Through Conscious Autosuggestion. He coined the affirmation that everybody knows, every day in every way I'm getting better and better. It's a great affirmation. He recommends saying it 20 times in the morning and 20 times at night. He said it's all inclusive. Your subconscious knows how to make you better and better every day and in every way. So he said use this 20 times in the morning, 20 times at night, and he said just watch it improve your life in every way. Now, he said for sleep, he said if you have a hard time sleeping at night, he said when you're in bed, relax your body, just as I had mentioned before. And then he said, start to give yourself the following idea. Just tell yourself, I'm going to sleep now. 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 I'm going to sleep. And start to say it slower and slower over and over and over and over again. And what that's doing is here's the trapdoor to your subconscious. Here's that idea. And you're just hammering it in until it goes in there. And then every time after that, it's going to be easier and easier for you to use that method to fall asleep. And don't take naps. Make yourself, even if you're tired throughout the day, don't take naps and make yourself sleep earlier. And if you need to, keep a sleep journal of what time you slept, what time you woke up, and then just keep adjusting accordingly until you can sleep good. I gotta pick, okay, so hold on 1 second. Let me block this guy and then, cool. Okay. I needed to block that guy because he kept writing stupid things. So give it 1 second for the comments to roll in. So let me know. I've been talking for about 45 minutes now. Oh yeah, okay, a bunch of questions just came in. What's up, Mixtape? Good to see you on here. Okay. Whoa, the new way that however they changed TikTok does not work well for the lives because you have to manually hit it and then all the comments come up. So if I don't, all the comments build up, and then when I manually hit it, they all just come through at once. Never heard you before, but very well explained. Now I need more information. If you or anybody wants more information, I have two things that I could recommend that are my own. One, I have an 8-hour complete Law of Attraction masterclass. It's 4 or 5 hours of me talking, 4 hours of meditations on different subjects. So it's on sale for super cheap right now. I'm going to raise the price very soon. So if you want it, there's a link in my bio. That's one. Two, I have my book, How to Manifest Your Dream Life. And it's 220 pages. And it's just me walking you through the A to Z of metaphysics. So you can get both of them. There's a link in my bio as to where to get them. My friend Carissa has done the Tony Robbins one, lots of action. Oh, I bet it was amazing. I love Tony Robbins. I'm a huge fan of his. I feel like he really delivers. He's had an incredibly positive impact on me. So I want to go to all his stuff. When the restrictions lift, I get to travel for a Dispenza workshop. Can't wait. Oh, I would love to go to a Dispenza workshop too. One thing that Joe Dispenza said that I thought was very helpful, especially for manifestation, is he said, if you want to manifest something, ask yourself, what would it be like? And then answer the question. For instance, if you want to manifest $100,000 a month, say, what would it be like for me to manifest $100,000 a month? Anytime you ask yourself the question, what would it be like? And then you answer it, it gets you into the feeling tone right now of having what it is you want. So for instance, when I was in sales, I would see myself as number one on this list that they used to give at the end of every month. And I would just ask myself, what would it be like to be number one in sales? And I would see my name there as number one and I would feel it. And then sure enough, the month that I was doing that and visualizing it, I became number one in sales in Southern California for the company I used to work for. So ask yourself, what would it be like? And then answer, what would it be like to have my perfect body or to be in my dream relationship? And see it and feel it and do that daily and watch you attract what it is you want in your life. I did HCL Hardcore Leadership years ago. I purchased Personal Power, Tony Robbins. Next will be Dispenza. Excellent. Thanks. You're welcome. Okay. Oops. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Awareness, is that really true? I'm not sure what you mean. Let me know. Awareness of your state is critical in navigating life. Absolutely. I think it's probably the most important thing is controlling your state. If you can control your state, you can get yourself to do essentially anything. So you need to be aware of what you're thinking, basically what you're thinking, what ideas you're feeding yourself in the form of images as you go throughout your day. Because the quality of your images is determining the quality of your life. So only feed yourself those images that are healthy and constructive. Oh, okay, cool. And anyone ever tell you look like John Toronto? I don't know who that is. So I'll look him up right now. He said John Toronto. Let me see. I don't think I look like this person at all. So unless it just pulled up some random guy named John Toronto. I don't know if it's a celebrity or some random person. I tried it once, but I can't really concentrate. It's weird. I have to do two things. That's fine, as long as you're getting some good. Where can I learn about the other laws? So you can get it from my book, my class. They're also in the Hermetica It is the Kabbalion by Hermes Trismegistus. The only thing though is Hermes writes it, or it was written in Greek and translated into Old English, so it's not the smoothest read. So if you want it in just modern day English, it's just me explaining it to you. And I feel that if I make it really simple and I give examples of how you can apply it. And then you used to live in Carlsbad. Oh, nice. All right, well, that's cool. Let me see if any more questions come in. If not, I'm going to wrap up the live for today just because it's almost midnight here. Okay, so some questions did come in. All right, give me 1 second. What has it done for you in your life? I'm assuming you're asking me about the Kabbalion, or the other laws. I use these and I do something fun with my friends and family where I'll take, for instance, let's say I have a friend. We did this with one of my friends who was unemployed. So I'm all about, and this was when I wanted to apply the law of sowing and reaping, or the law of cause and effect. So I had a friend who was unemployed who was having a really hard time finding a job. He had been searching for some time now, and it was like nothing was working for him. So I got together with my friends and I said, this is what we're going to do. We're going to start implanting this idea to him, or giving him this idea that he's employed, but we're going to do it without him knowing. So I go and see him that day and I'm like, hey, what's up? How you doing? He's like, I don't know. Everything's just whatever. I can't find work. I'm like, dude, can I tell you something weird? And he's like, what's up? I said, man, I had this dream yesterday that you got a job and you were freaking earning great money and you look good. And I see him like start to perk up and he's like, really? I said, yeah, man, I just be aware that something good is going to happen to you. And he's like, all right. So my other friend sees him and he's like, bro, I got this feeling that something good is going to happen to you. And he's like, really? Why do you think that? He's like, I don't know. I just got this feeling today, like, man, something good is going to happen to you. And he's like, so just be aware of something good happening to you. And then I think we did that to him one more time. And mind you, he had been employed for a long period of time. And we started doing that to him. And within a day or two, he got a new job. So we planted that seed and we started watering it. And then it brought forth an amazing crop for him. So start to be aware of the ideas that you give people. That's a law of cause and effect, or the law of sowing and reaping. You can have a tremendous effect on people without them knowing it. You just give them this idea and water it until it blooms. Another time, or another example of this, if you guys want to hear about this. I was dating this woman at the time, and she had some back acne. And she was super self-conscious about it. And so we were laying in bed, and she's like, yeah, I have this. She was super self-conscious about it. She didn't want me to see it. And I'm like, it's not a big deal. And I said, if you want to get rid of it, I said, just go get some Neutrogena body wash. You'll get rid of it like that. And she's like, no, babe. She's like, Neutrogena body wash. She's like, I've spent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars or more. She said, I've been dealing with it since I was a little girl. I've gone to the best dermatologists. I've gotten all these expensive products. And I told her, you don't need to do that. Just go get Neutrogena body wash. It's like $8 from CVS. It'll get rid of it like in 2 days or 3 days. And she's in disbelief. She's like, there's no way. I said, look, trust me. So I want to make an important point here. Dr. Fleet, who was one of my teachers, he said, he was a doctor. He said, either you run the patient or the patient runs you. Either you're going to tell them as to how they're going to get well, or they're going to tell you how they're going to remain sick. It's one or the other. So for her, she didn't believe that that body wash could work, but I had to reinforce that idea that it was going to work. So she goes and gets the body wash. The next day, we're laying in bed, and I said, oh, did you get the body wash? She said, yeah, I tried it, but it didn't do anything. And I look, and I'm like, what do you mean it didn't do anything? Mind you, her back looked exactly the same. So I said, yeah, it did. Your skin is really clearing up. So I've given her the idea that the Neutrogena body wash works and her back is clearing up. And she's like, what? She's like, it looks exactly the same. I'm like, no, it doesn't. It's getting clear. Second day, we're in bed together. I look and you can see a difference now. I said, yeah, hey, that body wash is working, right? And she said, yeah, I can notice it. And my back is starting to clear up. So now she's suggesting it to herself. So she's reinforcing the positive ideas I gave her. Third day, we're laying in bed. Her back is totally clear. She's like, babe, it worked. You're the best. I can't believe it. My back is totally clear. You're amazing. And I'm like, oh, thank you. Thank you. It wasn't me. It was the body wash, whatever. But it wasn't this cheap $8 body wash. She had tried every product under the sun. It was the ideas that I was giving her. So start to be aware of what ideas you give people, because it has a positive effect on them. It has a hugely impactful effect on them. So you can give them ideas about wealth, ideas about health, ideas about their career, and just give them that idea and then keep watering it and watch things shift for them. All right, cool. All right, let me see. Let me see if any more questions or comments, if they come in. We had to finish our leadership remotely, but it was good because it got to be done remotely. Awesome. Well, I'm glad you finished. Are you in Florida? No, I'm in California. Color of Money, the movie. Yes, The Laws. I've never seen that movie. He played with Tom Cruise, Forrest Whitaker, John. Oh, okay. I'll check it out after this. What would it be like cruising in my 450 GLE class Mercedes-Benz? Get into the feeling tone of what it is you want. So when I had a Nissan Altima, right? And this car, I had no horsepower, nothing. But I would just imagine that, hey, I'm driving my new sports car. I love it. It's fantastic. And I would just, every time I would turn, I would imagine that I'm making a sharp turn in my sports car. And now I have a sports car. So just feel the end result of what it is you want and let the universe figure out the how. So it is now midnight. I've been talking for about an hour. So I'm going to wrap it up for tonight. Thank you all for listening to me. It's been great talking to you all. If there's anything you need, feel free to ask me now before I go. If not, I'll jump back on the live soon. I'll also, nice meeting you. Nice meeting you too. And if you don't currently follow me, please do, because I share a lot of information such as this. And I want you all to have a great night and this year, your best year.